Hi, I'm Lisa, a youth services librarian in the mountains of North Carolina. And through this video series, I've just been sharing with you some ideas that we've come up with as we've created library story times around each letter of the alphabet. And we just hope these ideas will be helpful for not just librarians, but for teachers and parents as well as you interact with your children around the sounds and letters of the alphabet. So one of the things I wanted to share with you before I get started, this video is going to be just all about different activities that you can do with your children in between the book titles that we read. But I wanted to share with you the research from Katie Gardner's website, thesecretstories.com, and she says that scientists say it takes approximately 400 repetitions to create a new synapse in the brain, unless it was done by play, in which case it takes 10 to 20 times. So we are trying to think of playful ways to talk about letters and the sounds they make in our story times to give children that foundation that they need to be successful in reading. So these activities should be appropriate for a wide range of children because we are just playing. So one of the first things that I do after I showed in an earlier video how we create a puzzle and a song to sing with that puzzle. After that, we would read a book and point out the letter in the title of the book, the focus letter. And then we might sing one of the Jolly Phonics songs, which you can find all of these on YouTube. But the one for letter A goes like this. You're going to tell the children to walk their fingers up their arm as if there were ants crawling on their arm because ant starts with letter A. And the song goes like this. Ants, ants, ants on my arm. Ants, ants, ants on my arm. Ants, ants, ants on my arm. They're causing me alarm. Ah! And then another song you could do, which, by the way, I've got these all listed out, and I will link to that in the description below if you want any of these suggestions. Another thing we would do is a flannel board activity where we would take some ants, and we would ask the children to count with us how many ants we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a fifth one here somewhere. So for now, we'll do 4. And then we'll also put on the board some salad and a cake and some pepper. Usually I have a bigger flannel board to work with. And then we would say this poem with them. And as you do a countdown poem, the children will start to catch on to the words that at the end of each line so that they can fill in the word. So we would say there were 4 hungry ants marching in a line. They came upon a picnic where they could dine. They marched into the salad. They marched into the cake. They marched into the pepper. Uh-oh, that was a mistake. Ha, 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 chew. And you get to practice the ah sound on achoo. Then you get to count how many ants are left and do the countdown poem again. And you can pause between each word at the end of the line so the children can fill it in depending on their age level. So another activity that we like to do with the letter A is about ants, and it's about ant anatomy. So this picture came from giftofcuriosity.com, and it shows the head, the thorax, and the abdomen, another word for the children to learn. So in this song, the song is to the tune of head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and it goes like this. Head, thorax, abdomen, abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen, abdomen. 2 eyes, 6 legs, antennas 2. Head, thorax, abdomen, abdomen. And then we like to sing this song in different ways. Some people go faster and slower. I find that the children really enjoy if you sing it in a high-pitched voice like baby ants. Head, thorax, abdomen, abdomen. Or if you sing it like big, fat Papa Ants. Head, thorax, abdomen, abdomen. And that gives them the opportunity to sing the song and to use those words, but a little differently each time. So another activity that you could do with apple, the sound of A, is way up high in an apple tree. 2 little apples I did see. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down fell the apples. They were good. And then I'm going to link to an animal hokey pokey that you could do with the children. And again, this doesn't focus as much on the sound of letter A, other than you're going to ask the children to come up with different animals that could do the hokey pokey, and then you'd come up with a way that those animals might do the hokey pokey. So for elephants, you're going to swing your trunk in, you swing your trunk out, you swing your trunk in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you swing your trunk around. That's what it's all about. And then you get to ask them for another animal. And don't be afraid to try whatever animals they come up with. I had a child say for one of the activities we were doing that he wanted to do a bearded dragon. And I just said, I don't know how to do a bearded dragon. How would you do a bearded dragon? And they usually come up with something. So you don't always have to have the answers. And then the last thing that I was going to share with you today is alligator pie. And for this one, you're just going to have the children chomp their hands like an alligator mouth. And they're going to sing, alligator, alligator, alligator pie. If I don't get some, I think I'm going to cry. You could take away the green grass. You could take away the sky. But please don't take away my alligator pie. And then you could do it for alligator stew. Alligator, alligator, alligator stew. If I don't get some, I don't know what I'll do. You could take away my hat. You could take away my shoe. But please don't take away my alligator stew. And then I'm going to link to 2 different places on YouTube where you can see alligator stew, because one of them, the lady talks about how you can let the children come up with what they want to do their poem about. So they could do their poem about alligator bread or alligator cake, and let them come up with the words to rhyme in those stories, in that chant. So those are just a few activities that we came up with as kind of extension activities to go along with the books we read in Storytime. And we would love to hear from you guys about any other activities that you think would be appropriate to add into this Storytime. It just makes all of our Storytimes better, the more things that we have to choose from. We appreciate so much the internet community out there of librarians and teachers who have posted things that we have learned from. So we offer this as a springboard for anyone out there who wants to try this. And like I said, we definitely would love for you to give us suggestions in the comments below. And that's all I've got about our extension activities. And in the next video, I'll tell you how we kind of wrapped up our story time and continued to keep that letter A theme going as we wrapped up our story time. So in the words of Tigger, ta-ta for now.